Key Hunters, Chapter 7. In minutes, Evan and Cleo were tied back to back and strung upside down over the dark pool in the grotto. "We seem to have a predicament," the Viper said. "What's a predicament?" Cleo asked. "A problem," Evan explained. "Of course we have a problem," Cleo said. "We're hanging upside down over a pool." "Not just any pool," the Viper said. He picked up a bucket of fish and dumped it into the water. The surface began to bubble and thrash. Shiny gray fins broke the surface. "Say hello to my man-eating sharks." "We don't need to have a predicament," Evan said. "You could just lower us down and let us go. We could discuss this over some toast and oleo." "Ah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?" the Viper said. "Wait, what's oleo?" "Ha," Cleo said. "I told you no one uses that word." The Viper came closer. "I have big plans, and I don't want the two of you to mess them up. Plus, my little pets do need their lunch." "Actually, your sharks seem a little chubby," Evan said. "Today might be a good time to start a diet." The Viper pulled a red lever next to the pool of water. A timer on the wall started counting down. "In 5 minutes, the cable holding you will release, dropping you into the shark pool. Farewell, Agent Evan and Agent Cleo." Evan looked down. The sharks circled faster. One leaped out of the water and snapped its jaws. "Wait," Cleo said. "Why are you doing all this? Why did you leave Acronym to become an evil mastermind?" The Viper clasped his hands behind his back and turned to them. "I suppose there's no harm in letting you in on my secrets," he said. "I spent years risking my life for Avery Phillips and Acronym. What did they ever do for me?" "They paid you money," Evan said. "That's how jobs work." "No amount of money is worth risking your life every day. It was always, 'Hey, Agent Dearth, let's parachute you into the jungles of Central America to stop a madman from getting his hands on a deadly poison.' Or, 'Agent Dearth, let's fire you off in a rocket to sabotage some giant laser satellite.' Not once did Avery Phillips ever think of what I wanted." "What do you want?" Cleo asked. The Viper's eyebrows pushed together as he thought. "I don't know, but that's not the point. The point is that it's time for me to get something out of the whole spy game." He picked up a black box from the floor. "This hard drive has the names and secret identities of every spy and Acronym, as well as all the top secret information ever gathered by the agency. I'm going to sell it to the highest bidder and disappear." "But that will put hundreds of agents at risk," Evan said. "Not hundreds," the Viper said. "Thousands. I have every bit of useful information our enemies want. The locations of secret hideouts and details on all our gadget technology." "That's evil," Cleo said. "Exactly," the Viper said. "Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a date with my escape pod." The Viper and his henchmen laughed and left the grotto. "Avery said we wouldn't need harpoon guns on this mission," Cleo said. "A harpoon gun would be pretty useful right now." "What are we going to do?" Evan asked. "The timer is down to 2 minutes." Another shark burst from the surface of the water. This one jumped closer than the last. Evan could smell its fishy breath as it snapped its jaws beneath him. Cleo wriggled. "If we start to swing, we can time it so that we're not over the shark pool when the cable releases. It's our only chance." "How do we swing?" Evan asked. "Squeeze your stomach muscles." "How do I squeeze my stomach muscles?" Evan said. "You know, like you're doing sit-ups." "Sit-ups are not my thing," Evan said. "Will you just do it?" Evan bent as though he was trying to lift his chin to his knees. When he released, he and Cleo moved a little. As they swung back and forth, Cleo bent and they moved a little more. They took turns that way until they started to swing. With each swing, they swayed further and further from the center of the shark pool. Evan glanced at the timer. "We're down to 30 seconds, he cried. "Swing harder," Cleo barked. Evan's stomach burned. "I'm swinging as hard as I can." "It's not enough." The sharks began thrashing as though they could already taste their next meal. A computerized voice began to count down from 10. Tears streaked from Evan's eyes as he strained forward and back. Finally, the timer reached 0. The cable released. Evan leaned forward with all of his strength. They swung clear of the shark pool and landed hard on the stone floor. "That was close," Cleo said excitedly. "My stomach is killing me," Evan whined, "and we're still tied up." A voice came from behind them. "Not for long." Evan and Cleo twisted around. "Miss Crowley!" Evan cried out. "I am not Miss Crowley," Miss Crowley said. "Remember, I am Katrina Ivanovich, and I've got a score to settle with the Viper." The end of Chapter 7.